Hi, hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Adeolua. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I am on my way to 1,000 subscribers, but let's make it like 500 subscribers, okay, or at least 200. Let's start from there, right? I've been on YouTube for a while now, and I don't know. It is well. So I'll just go to what I wanted to do. You notice that I paused at first. It's because I don't quite like the photos, the thumbnails that come up a lot of times after I have done the video, and I have to like find something. I'm like, out of all the freeze moments you can pick, YouTube, this is the one you could pick. Really? You know? um so that was why I paused, to maintain the post that I think is nice for the video that I want to post. And I don't know where to start from, but I want to talk about men and their preferences. Now, men and their preferences are not really my business. In fact, they're not the business of most good women, as a matter of fact. And when we say preferences, we mean a good man that goes with somebody who is so not his on his moral on the moral status that he claims he has, right? You will think that a man who is a good man will pick somebody who has, the same mindset as his, or who believes in the same thing that he believes. Turns out that some of them, they see women that they praise as good women, nice women, as in when you're having conversations with these people, and they seem like they have a good head on their shoulders. But alas, um it's an issue of, I know what's the good thing to do, but I choose to do what I like. Like, what I like is not necessarily what I know is the best for me, kind of situation. And some women are miffed about that, like for example, like um for instance, right? You have a situation where you know men would not pick somebody, and not men generally. I think it's peculiar to black men. I think so. I think it's peculiar to black men. Now, I'm not familiar with, obviously, other men from other ethnicities, but I was saying it on someone's video on YouTube here the other day. It's the Demochets, right? The Demochets reacts. I was saying it on one of their videos about, Indians who have been in Nigeria for like they are the third generation or fourth generation of Indians in Nigeria. They had been in Nigeria probably since the 1920s, doing business, lived here and stuff. And you now have people that are millennials who are actually like the fourth generation of their family in Nigeria. And what I noticed that is that they marry one another, despite the fact that they've been here. Most of them have been here probably the same number of years they've been in Nigeria is the same number of years they've been in India. If not, that they've even spent more years in Nigeria than they have spent in India. But when they want to get married, they go back to India to pick a wife. They do not marry a Nigerian. And you know, I kind of find that odd. I don't know. I should if someone told me this like maybe 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't even care. Like, so, like, that is who they want and all of that. But I think by the time you understand um the the mindset behind a lot of things, you understand the issue of colorism. You understand? If there is no colorism in India, I may not have an issue with it, but there is colorism, and then you now find a situation where those that even doing business in Nigeria are not marrying Nigerian women. And I'm thinking, oh, so you can do business here, you can make money here, but you cannot marry from here. Like, what is that? And of course, you know how these conversations always go. Oh, it's just that we are more comfortable with people of our culture and so on and so forth. But that is not the same with black men. When a black man goes to a different place, he will not seek out. Like, he might have spent just maybe, he spent like less than 5 years in a location, and he's already dating and getting married. They're already dating and getting married to women from their new location, wherever that may be in the world. You see a guy that would, I think that I they addressed this topic on maybe Strictly Black or something on YouTube also here, like Strictly Black, and they were talking about why men prefer non-black women, do black men prefer non-black women, and why, that sort of thing. And one of the guys that said, well, the reason he dated have dated non-black women was because those were the people around him. So for him, it was an issue of proximity. And as much as it makes sense, when you compare that to other ethnicities, it does not make sense. Because you see, other ethnicities, I just mentioned the one of India, that their parents did business in Nigeria, established businesses in Nigeria. They were probably even born in Nigeria, schooled, some of them even schooled in Nigeria, but they don't marry Nigerians, right? And it's not even personal to Nigerians, it's like everywhere. Like, no matter where they go to, they still, most of the time, they wind up, it's not everybody that is a Priyanka Chopra. Do you understand? It's not everybody. And Priyanka Chopra is even different. She's a woman, right? But when it comes to Indian men, specifically, they prefer to marry and start a family with their fellow Indians, whether they were born, no matter where they were born or raised in, they will always be Indians at heart. But with a black man, is always different. We sometimes when you compare and contrast, you kind of see, rather than see the strength in something, you see the discrepancies of it. And it makes me kind of wonder, like, who do I blame for this? Or is there even a reason to blame at all? You understand? Like, is there a reason to blame at all? But I'm talking about black men. I just gave my insights, like, because I am now, the internet is open to us. We see a lot of things. We read news. We interact one way or the other, directly or indirectly, with people from other ethnicities and other nationalities, and we become familiar with their behavior. So we tend to like, so that's how you people do things. Wow, we do things differently around here. And when they state their reasons, you now look at yourself, you're like, okay, well, you understand. And then you begin to think, when you have a broader understanding about a particular topic as it relates to different people, you get to, like, I don't know, you become a bit more insightful about the topic or that conversation. Now, my focus is on black men, and where I'm getting there. I'm just laying the foundation of what I want to say about this. Now, What I'm saying is, I don't really want to go into why good men pick baddies. That's the name they are called as at now. I don't want to go into the psychology or the spirituality or the whatever dictates the choices of supposed good men, supposed gentlemen, supposed, men who are not baddies themselves, men who are not, who seem like they're put together and all of that. The What some people will call the hey, what's that name the red pill people call them now? I've forgotten. High value. Yes. The high value men. Now, you kind of wonder, like, I mean, I'm not bothered as much. I'm just like, strange. And I move on because, look, I'm a very busy person. There are a lot of projects, dreams and aspirations I have, and I am preparing myself to get into them. So I don't really have that time to really go into the details or nuances of why people do the things they do, right? So, okay. I was busy taking pictures. All right. So I don't want to go into the nuances of all of that. You understand? Because I think, well, it's better for me, I think it's better you marry, because I would take offense, really, if you marry a person that you don't like and you don't love. Because they are good for you. I think it's just you using them. And I think it's wrong on whatever level you want to look at it. Like, it's wrong. It's just all shades of wrong. That is how I see it. So that is one hand. And so some people say, well, if that is how you feel, then what are you complaining about? I'm getting there. Please stay with me. So when they now pick their baddies and we congratulate them, I mean, baddies or not, they are women. They're just a category of women, right? Being called baddies, but they are women at the end of the day, right? So you look at it from that angle, and then they now begin to have issues. This is where I'm going. They have issues with their choices, their preferences, and their baddies. Not because there are no other women available to them, but because it is the baddie that they wanted, and they have picked their baddie, and that is fine, and that is okay, whether positive baddie or bad baddie or whatever. You understand? They pick their preference. Like, they don't pick somebody, like, you see a man that is high value, quote and unquote, but doesn't go for a woman that is his aesthetics as far as the definition of high value is concerned. You understand? Like, high value men don't go for, they don't go for the definition of high value men. Men don't go for their female counterparts, if you get my drift. Like, if a high value man is decided by the net worth of a man, how much money he makes, his level of education, the kind of the people his acquaintances with, the people he rolls with and he plays golf with or whatever, he has Sunday brunch with, if that